Do you ever use the thumb up emoji?
I go like middle brown on that.
Oh, seriously?
I do. I actually do that.
Dude, you have to use that blinding white one.
Hello and welcome to Why Are We Talking About Rabbits? It's Election Day. And this is the WAWTAR Election Day special with Uncle Seth. That's right. Uncle Seth, a dear close friend to our family, living in Chicago, is bringing you the New World musings of a New World man on Election Day. Been waiting to get him in here. Love Uncle Seth. He's going to talk to us about history and philosophy, his perspective, but mostly we're going to have fun and try to make it zany what already is zanier than ever could be. This is Why Are We Talking About Rabbits? Today we talk about the election. This is episode 20. This is Uncle Seth joins the show. So, yeah, we're here. It's election day, man. What a
Democracy.
I got Uncle Seth. Uncle Seth, you are, well, the best way to explain Uncle Seth is he's going to be a regular participant in our WAWTAR world because I think above all, bro, you are a friend of mine for years, a teacher, but the best way to explain Seth, Uncle Seth, that's what my girls call him, is the guy who one day when my girls got locked out of Netflix, right? I was like, and Seth, I think you were there. Something happened. And I said, hey, guys, here's the password. It's Seth Rahman.
Awkward.
And they were like, wait, your password isn't us? Your password is Seth? And I was like, it's Uncle Seth. So for you guys out there in WAWTAR land, this is our regular blue state New Worlder.
Yes.
I've been waiting to get him on the show.
Yes, I am. Proudly, both of those.
Uncle Seth, welcome to WAWTAR. This is the Election Day special with Uncle Seth. What do you think is going to happen?
You know, did you see what happened is now just even the word saying vote has become political. Like you've already identified yourself if I say vote. Oh,
because if you vote.
Yeah, right. Because
if you're attracted to those commercials, vote, then what? You're a blue state Democrat.
Correct. If I just say vote, you're supposed to know what I mean, which means don't vote for the orange guy.
So Uncle Seth lives in Chicago. He's a teacher of history. We know each other from way back. He's got two beautiful kids who we're going to refer to, but we won't. And a wonderful wife, right, Seth? Seth, As a New Worlder, you did not choose to be officially married. Is that right?
That's right. I have a wife-ish.
It's a wife-ish. How's that go with Allison? Does she go wife? Does she say I'm his wife-ish?
No, after 18 years together, that's still, my daughters have come up with a way, because we were trying to figure out what is a way that will describe what our relationship is that is not, because you can't say after 18 years, you don't say your girlfriend.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Right. And then there were a bunch of weird things like, my partner, special. Right. Yeah, she is my partner, but I mean, I don't know. That just doesn't even, I've got two daughters with this woman,
It's a little deeper than partner. Like she's not playing badminton with you or something.
Correct. So we're not. So my daughter came up with, it won't translate over the podcast, but wife.
Wait,
just doing air quotes. Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, he just did. Uncle Seth did air quotes. Okay.
So
Do you do that officially?
No, I don't. I mean, she is my wife.
Do you go wife because of all the red staters? Like they want you to say wife or what?
That's right. No, only because I would, it's closest to, that's the closest definition to what we have that I can come up with right now.
I got it. That doesn't unnerve you that you're having trouble finding a word to describe your relationship?
No, but I think it unnerves you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And that's why I prefer to keep it that way.
This is Uncle Seth. He's, how should we say? He's elaborating on the new world, old world divide. You should see this guy. By the way, this is a long bearded, brown friend. Can we say that on election day?
I don't know. That might have to get edited.
Do we have to edit that? So Seth is, here's the best thing about Seth. Now I get to say this, okay? Mixed race. I get to, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
He's a partner with me in a little bit. We're consultants on a really cool project where we help people understand race in this crazy world. And Seth, that's, by the way, we're up for hire, right, Seth?
That's right.
JJS
That's
Consulting.
Right. That's right. In the time of COVID, our rates have gone down also.
Yes, they have. But we actually are. If you're interested, we can come and talk to your school or your company about race, because all of us have these deep experiences. But Seth, this is an Indian, Ukrainian human. That's who I'm talking to right now?
Yes.
What? Uncle Seth.
Yeah. Indian, Ukrainian, and Polish.
And Polish.
Yeah. Don't leave that part out.
If you saw him right now, though, you would think he's the king of an ancient Indian empire.
the Gupta.
He's the Gupta. He is leading the Guptas.
Yes.
But listen, bro. So it's an election day special. We do heavy things lightly.
Okay.
I've noticed I've been heavier than lighter lately. So it's time for Uncle Seth. We're going to have him on, guys. Seth, we're going to do the lightometer test.
Excellent.
We're going to find out where you stand.
Yeah.
And
you're going to have to explain it a little more to me, because I know that you did do it with Georgie, your daughter.
Correct.
And but I didn't listen to it because I really wanted to sort of experience it fresh. Yeah. Correct.
Okay. So let's do it right now, and then we can get into a number of other things. Okay. So basically, as you know, and I think the pod guys know, but there may be some new folks, is what we're trying to do always on the pod is figure out, hey, is there actually a divide that's not racial? It's not even really, it's not really even temporal in terms of time. It's philosophical. And the divide is what we're calling old world, pre-enlightenment. So pre-1700s, and then post-enlightenment. And I think you and I, though dear friends, he's an uncle to my kid, and I think his kids actually respect and honor me.
Well, you're an uncle to my children as well.
Thank God for that. But listen, I think in the end, we're good examples of people who think differently but remain friends. Wouldn't it be nice if that happened other places?
Well, we can bring that up again, because that's funny you should bring that up, and we'll talk about it later. But I don't know if it's nice.
Oh.
I don't know. I've been struggling with this year especially, but I've always struggled with this, but I think this year especially is that, can I, the old saying is this, oh, well, we'll just agree to disagree. But can I agree to disagree with someone who I believe is actively working to make the world a worse place for my daughters? To be honest, I really don't care what you think politically, ultimately, because a lot of this stuff doesn't affect me. A lot of things that are going to happen won't affect me. But when you're talking about doing things that are affecting my daughter and the world they're going to live in, my daughters, I've really struggled with keeping people like, the Facebook level friends. And then a bigger struggle becomes when you have them closer to you, obviously.
Okay, if you put 10 people in a room in Chicago, and your friends, they're your people, they're people you know, would they kind of agree with what you just said? Would they feel that kind of like, hey, hold on a minute, it might not be good? Like, would they kind of
I don't know.
yeah,
I've been because I've been struggling with this myself. And especially after the last election, when a lot of the blame on Clinton losing and people who supporting her being so distraught was that there was a bubble that people had created, and people on the left were really unaware that more than half the country felt a certain way, and you have to get out of your bubble, and you can't surround yourself with people who think the same way as you. And but what's happened is we've moved beyond, at least in my opinion, and how I'm working it out in my head, is that we've moved beyond things in life being certain things being disagreements and over opinions. If you want to tell me that what you think the best Hendrix album is, we can disagree over that. This is an area where we're going to, it can be an opinion. You tell me you don't like, you don't like this kind of ice cream or something like that. I can still become your friend, remain your friend.
Like
but
me, like we're still
like
pals.
That's right. That's right.
Like Neapolitan.
Well, you know what? I think what you're trying to do, especially with First Things, and I support it. I support it.
I feel pitch.
That's true. I can embed this for you. You didn't even ask me to do this. But I mean, I can support it, and I can support it financially. But that's sort of the lowest
which he
level,
does, by
I
the way,
believe.
ladies and gentlemen. He does.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, that's sort of the lowest level of commitment to supporting something, is pulling a couple bucks out of your wallet.
True.
Yeah, it's
Fair
kind
point.
of vulgar in a way, But First Things is in looking to create a world, in my opinion, that is the kind of world that I want my daughters to live in. And so you are working for a world, I believe, that is better for my children. And so, of course, we can be friends, even though we do have disagreements.
Well, one of the disagreements we have and have had in front of young people again and again. They used to come into my classroom and just let it rip. Is like God, right?
Yes.
That's one of our questions.
You know what? But you'll notice.
Why do you
I think. Well, let's stop before we go any further. Before we go any further,
you're a God hater.
Say the other thing. Don't call it God. Come on.
What's the other?
JC. Use the J.
Right. It's the JC resurrection. You do not like this. Or
no. You know what? I find it.
You just don't think it happened.
Well, it's not even that. I find it curious on a couple of fronts. The first one is that.
Wait, I think, ladies and gentlemen, let's just clarify. He's talking about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. You find curious.
Your Savior. Your Savior.
Yeah, I know what you want to do right now. Go ahead.
No. I just find it curious, that that your first. I don't know why you didn't say Jesus.
Look, here's the thing. He's getting at. Can we even do?
Are we going off to a different?
No, we're not going anywhere. You're Uncle Seth, and it's election day, and a lot of people are going to pull levers for Jesus today.
Correct.
I really think that's true, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So I'll say this as the resident pod person and philosopher, and
this conversation for sure.
This is the problem with bringing Uncle Seth on, guys. I'll just say this. I don't think people should pull levers for Jesus. I don't think that's what's happening. I think that our culture is not there. It's not.
Wait a minute. You don't think that, you just said people are, you don't think people should do that, but you know that people are doing that.
Well, I don't think any of the choices, not just at the federal level, but state, I don't think that's what we're presented with. Like, that guy's a Jesus guy, and then therefore he's going to do Jesus stuff. I don't think.
Well, listen,
crazy?
But I would guess that a sizable percentage of people who are voting today and who have already voted, if you ask them, whether or not a candidate said, I'm a godly man, I believe in the Bible or whatever, which they're not doing that much these days outwardly, but they're sending those whistles. But a sizable portion of people who are voting, that's why they're doing it, because they think that God is on the ballot.
I know, but the problem with that is it implies that the country is imbued. I'm using a term here, Jesus stuff. It implies that the country itself, the country of the United States, 1776, is a Jesus place. And so my perspective on that, you got to realize, and I think people understand on the pod, because if they've been listening, is it's bigger, the history is bigger. It's like Christ is, the Orthodox Church existed for thousands of years before there was an America.
You're doing it. Well, you're doing it. You're driving it back to orthodoxy.
I know, but
which
can't I do that?
Because you're not talking about America. What's the percentage? What's the percentage of Orthodox in America? Honestly,
it's like literally 3%.
Okay,
maybe 4, but more like 2.
Okay, so I think the American version of Jesus worship is sort of a Vegas style type of and I don't want to say this because I mean to lump Trump in with this, but in a way that the presidency is sort of a reality show. We have a reality show type of president,
like against
star, a celebrity, yeah, and Jesus has become the religious celebrity,
right?
And that people vote and worship is in American culture celebrity. And
but why do you want to throw in? Because guys, listen, you don't understand Uncle Seth. He's a good guy, but he's a total new worlder because he just wants to take the word religion and lump everybody in with. So,
well, no, I'll say this. Listen, if it were a matter of the United States being an Orthodox Christian country, I would throw in with you guys before I'll throw in with what we have.
Jerry Falwell. Oh, he's dead.
Correct. And his son, who's suing.
His son didn't do a lot of good stuff.
No, he doesn't make you guys look good. And I would
that's it right there.
No,
Uncle Seth just did it. Hold on, he just did it. Why is it you guys? See, this is what's fascinating. This is a you guys thing. You make me a you guys.
Correct. And whoever is listening to this, I just want to tell
by the way, some people are.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying whoever's listening to this, I want to say that John Heers is always trying to shirk the responsibility. And, he'll be the first to tell you, religions, it's under attack. Christians are under attack.
I do.
I know that. But you never want to admit you're under attack from these celebrity Jesus worshiping Christians, not from atheists, not from agnostics. Your religion is going to be burned to the ground by people who are Jesus celebrity voters, worshipers.
Would you say that, okay, awesome. I've cut you off, but all those people, would you lump them as the word evangelical right there? Because I don't. I think some evangelicals are talking a different game. But because this is the problem with you New Worlders. Now, I get to attack you for a second, Uncle Seth.
Fair enough.
Is you've created a category, religious people, that's so vague that it becomes almost, it's so unhelpful that it creates the tension that you guys are always bemoaning. Like, why can't we just all be together? Well, you keep calling us religious. And I'm like, well, a Muslim is religious, a Hindu is religious, a Wiccan is religious. And here's what I also say, you're religious. You, Uncle Seth.
Yeah, well, okay. So maybe I'll be a little more concrete. I think there's a distinct difference between American religionists and those in other countries, whether
Okay.
it's Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus. I think there's a distinct difference. And I think that the combination of the very American ideals of, say, what we're seeing with this COVID thing and the mask thing, as individualism and freedom, that can't comport with the religious ideals of selflessness and service. And this is just one area where what's been created is an American religion.
I see, like a civic.
And Jesus is part of the American religion, but it's more of like Americanism is the religion, and JC is part of it.
I see. So would you think, from where you sit in Chicago, people agree with what you just said? Generally, for the most part, when you rub shoulders with your friends, well, you don't rub shoulders in COVID.
Well,
Zoom shoulders.
Yes, I will say, my mom is religious,
She's probably the great American religion.
Episcopalian. Yes. Yes. Very easygoing.
I was going to say all comers.
Yeah, that's right. Taking all comers. But, no, I don't think I would. Yes, I think that probably most of my circle is closer to my view and that view than it is to, most of the people.
The reason I keep wanting to make you create a circle, Uncle Seth, is because what I'm trying to do is, in the end, when it's all said and done, then I'm going to take this test with you. I want to see what you turn up. I do think there's a correlation between, so for instance, I went to Sierra Leone recently. We dropped off 2 of our guys. They're working there right now. I do think there's a correlation between old world, new world, red state, blue state. Now, that doesn't make me, I'm not trying to, it's election day. It's election day, guys. I'm not trying to say red state is like old world and blue state is new world, because I think it's all mixed together in a really weird way that we really need to take apart. We can't take it apart on this pod, but what I'm trying to say is there's these elements of old world, new world found in this red state, blue state thing. And I think it has to do with the way people hold on to Jesus, or if you don't like Jesus, onto some spiritual thing. Because I don't let's just put it this way. Uncle Seth, do you think there's a spiritual element to life? Like, does the spirit ever grab you, Uncle Seth, and move you?
Yes, but I hesitate to use that hackneyed phrase, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual.
But that's your people. That's people. They love that.
I know. I don't want to be part of that, But if you ask me, wait, what do you have to define a spiritual? What does that mean?
Okay, so spiritual. You can't smell it, can't taste it, can't touch it, but it exists in reality. It's true. So, for instance, hope. Do you think there's such a thing as hope?
Yeah, I think there's such a thing as hope.
You didn't say that like a real pro, though.
No, because I'm trying to find out where your Clarence Darrow.
I know. I'm just asking a straight question for the listeners.
I believe in hope. I believe in love. All these things, and now I know you're going to say,
no. The love
for
of
anybody.
Christ.
Exactly. God is love. I know. I've heard it.
Let it rip.
We've done this.
Dude,
We've done this plenty of times.
Let it rip, Uncle Seth. So there is a spiritual world, like demons and stuff.
I don't know.
No, I believe that.
I don't. Yeah, I know that.
Do you think people? Well, hold on,
are,
Uncle Seth. Do you think people who believe there's a spiritual world are going to vote Republican? Is that how you roll? Because it's election day.
Listen, the people who believe in American religiosity are going to vote Donald Trump. I think what they've conflated here is they want to, and I think this goes for JC worshipers too. I think what they want to do is, again, do the old order, and I believe that old order is going to be something belief in tradition or something like this.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. And so I think what they think is that if you are somebody who is not adhering to that tradition, you are tearing down that tradition. Am I
And you
right?
think if that's not a reality?
Well, I think by not adhering to it, I'm tearing it down.
By not respecting, adhering to it, you tear it down. In other words, by not adhering to let's just put it out there. If not, by not adhering to the Protestant Christian norms, you are tearing down what happens to be America.
I guess that's probably true of any tradition. If you don't bolster it, tradition dies. And I can see it happening with my own children, who do not look Indian at all. And their children are going to look at pictures of me, their grandfather. And if
what's with that black dude?
And say, who let this guy in?
Why is that guy in the picture again? Like, look at mom's so pretty.
That's right. What's with did you have Indian takeout that night? Was that the delivery guy?
That's the waiter.
By
the way, I have it in reverse. They're like, why is that white guy creeping in on your family? I'm like, hi, I'm the sort of oversized white guy in the picture. Hi.
That's right.
My wife
they want to know if you're the landlord.
Literally, my wife's like, "Yeah, don't mind the banker. He's just." We were just getting a loan, and dude, it's election day. This is the Uncle Seth.
It is election.
Special.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
So, are you gonna vote? Did you vote?
I voted, people.
You already voted. You did a COVID vote. You got it in.
Well, I applied for my mail-in ballot, and then I surrendered it at the polling place, and I did it in person.
You did both.
No, well, I mean, you can't do both, but you have to take in your mail-in ballot and then give it to them, surrender it, and then you can vote in person.
And so you did it.
And I did it.
So here's what literally happened. I won't say which family member, but we have six. Oops. We have 6 people in our family. One of them, I won't say which one, said, I'm just voting for Kanye. That's happening. And I think it might turn into a little family momentum. You're not going for that?
I just think, I'm a pragmatist. And so, I brought you up in my class last week, by the way.
Oh, right on. I'll take it. I'm scared. Am I like going to burn people at the stake? Kind of.
Well, no. I said that. I've got a friend who is, my brother, really, who I think is really with it. He's super knowledgeable, super intelligent, and he's a teacher. End well. And his voting record is abysmal. and so because I'm pushing them towards pragmatism. I honestly believe this. And I've got a lot of friends, a lot of lefty friends and a lot of righty friends who would, well, not that many.
I was going to say, hold on a second.
Okay,
guys,
fine. Hold on. I wanted to seem very impartial.
Fake news.
I wanted to seem very impartial. No, but I've got some people. Okay, let me put it this way.
I've got not even a righty friend. I will not accept righty friend as my moniker. It's not.
Well.
Happening.
I would say
you think of me as your righty friend.
No, I don't. I give you
Uncle John is not a righty.
I give you your own lane on the spectrum.
Right. Which is the irrelevant lane.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I don't know if it's irrelevant, but I know that it's a lane that is leading to a better world for my daughters.
Nice.
And again, because I've been lucky enough to create a good living for myself, and I've been good at saving and trying to hustle. This guy's
a hustler, by the way.
Guy can do I think that unfortunately, and a lot of what's happening today is people are trying to do red states, blue states, conservative, liberals, but a lot of people just don't talk about haves and have-nots. And the minute you are accused of something like that, I just read this quote from Russell Brand, who said, when I was poor, and when I wanted to talk about inequality and I was poor, they said I was jealous. And now that I'm rich, and I want to talk about it, they say I'm a hypocrite. And I'm starting to get the feeling that they just don't want to talk about inequality.
Man, spot on.
So I would just say this, that, a lot of times what it is people throwing scraps for us to fight over, and they throw a scrap in between a black guy and a white guy, and the black guy and the white guy are going to go for that little piece of fat while the person keeps eating the steak. Or they'll throw a scrap in between, in the middle of a Jew and a Muslim, and then they'll throw a scrap in between, and it can get down to a granular level,
Yeah,
but it's where are the scraps coming from? Who's throwing those scraps? And
right.
I think more attention should be given that way. And it's not just the haves, because then there's another thing. There's other things inside of that.
Well, I'd say it's very weird how I definitely want to be old world in my thinking. And you definitely lean toward new world in lots of ways. But we have this weird space where where it
comes from is because I am a child of two immigrants. When I was growing up, kept traditions were held to high regard in my household. I always say when I was a kid, if I wanted to, my friends would invite me out and I'd say, I can't, it's my sister's birthday. And they'd be like, what? That.
Oh, I definitely have seen
And I tried to explain to them, you don't understand. I can't go out. It's my sister's birthday. And so there were certain vestiges and, and there were the obvious things. My dad, because he was an Indian musician, we had that part of tradition. But these are sort of above the water of an iceberg parts of culture.
Yeah, man.
Music, the language, the food. But below the water are things like you don't go out on your sister's birthday. And so
and dude, I want to say something.
I'm an old school.
No, but I want to say something to you. You and I have not lived in the same space since like 2010, maybe earlier.
Oh yeah, no, I've been gone from Naples for longer than that.
This guy is loyal. So what happens is there's a loyalty factor there that transcends all the politics. Yeah. It's freaky.
But are you saying that, getting back toward that thing, are you saying that loyalty is a new world?
No, I'm
sorry, is an old world?
Okay. In this pod, loyalty would be one of the things that would supersede individuality. It would,
which is new world.
Which is new world. So we'd be like, I really want to do this, but I can't because of my sister's birthday.
That's why I think we are brothers.
But but it's weird, right? It's weird because you can vote for anybody you want. You can almost hold any political policy you want. You can almost teach your girls anything. I don't care because I know there's like three things, we can get into them, but I don't really need to. There's three things about you that we're just gonna go into the grave together as friends. It doesn't matter. It's intense. And I want people on this pod to see that overlap between new world, old world, because I think what happens is we're not aware. Contextually, we don't really think about it in this country. We just move forward with our desires and our wants and our needs, but there is something like beyond it all that's beautiful. So I guess that's why you're on this pod, but now it's getting all cheesy.
I know. I could have gone to bed if it was going to be this.
Dude, you could have gone to bed. Come on, take the test because the test.
Okay, let's do the test.
Essential.
Let's do the test.
The test is essential for lots of reasons. One is because like 5 other people have taken it, and it's interesting to see where people stand. So, all right, here we go. Do you have a pen, by the way? You don't. Can you just? I'll mark it. Well.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I can mark it. Actually, you got a pen?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, here we go. So there's 5 questions. Each question is scored between 0 and 3.
Okay.
3 is, oh, hell yes. That is 100% how I feel. 2 is, well, it sounds good, but I'm not as solid on that. 1 is, I don't really feel good about that, but maybe could be true. 0 is, oh, hell no.
Okay.
3, oh, hell yes. Finally, 0, no. And then 2, 1. Cool?
Yep.
That's how you're rating it. This is the WAWTAR Light People WAWTAR Index. Light people are people of the Enlightenment. We're trying to figure out where you fall on the historical index. You ready? This is actually science. You'll like it because I know that you're a big science
guy. You got
guy.
me. Yeah.
You're a big science guy. I know that you're on CNN every day counting cases. Jeez. Don't get me started. All right, here we go. When I die, this is for you to answer. 32010.
Okay. And am I supposed to just write these down and keep them quiet?
You can.
Okay.
You
Should I tell you them?
Go ahead and tell the answer, right?
Okay.
With each question. But remember, 3 is yes, 0,
Got it.
hell no. When I die, I won't really die all the way. It's more like I'm asleep waiting for a next world of some sort. 3, 2, 1, 0.
I'll probably say 1.
1, probably not true.
Probably not true.
1. Okay.
1.
Write that down. Second question. The best way to get to know me, the best way to get to know Uncle Seth is ask someone else about me.
As opposed to asking me?
Right. Because, well, I won't get into it. I'll just let you answer.
Okay.
3 is like, oh, yeah, definitely ask someone else. 0 is, that's dumb.
I would. Okay. I will say the best way to know me is to ask somebody else. I'll say a 2.
2, probably true.
Yeah.
When I carry a picture of a friend or something, like in my wallet or put it on the wall, it actually makes them closer to me in reality.
2.
2, probably true.
Yeah.
I know it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. It's hard.
Closer to me in reality.
Like in reality, that person is present on some level. 3 is like, oh yeah, fully present. 0 is like, that's dumb.
Okay. Well, I mean, can I ask questions about these questions or?
Absolutely. Why not?
Okay. I do carry a picture of a friend of mine who passed away. Are you saying that I think that, I'm keeping his memory alive?
There's something about his image that's
mystical or something.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
that's tied to his reality.
No, then I'm going to 0 on that.
I'm
going from 2 to 0.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to 2 to 0 because if I only do it because it reminds me of that person and it stops the dissolving of this person's memory.
Got it.
Which is inevitable.
In your mind. In
my mind, correct. Not right.
So the question comes from, because every old world experience I've had, and including our guys who work there, and even in history, you see, like if you go to Guatemala and you just snap a Mayan's picture, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like there's something really important to their image.
Okay, right. No, then I'm a 0 there. No, you're saying that there's some sort of...
No, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Inside the photo itself is some sort of mystical essence or something. No, I don't believe in that. Okay. I only do it because I am trying to honor this person by keeping their memory alive that's what they do.
This will help you and really hopefully the listeners. So there's 2 ways of thinking of remember. The modern way is to think back upon, and the Greek understanding of remember is actually to remember, to actually take their members and put them back together.
Right.
So you're closer to the first definition than the Greek definition.
I think so. I mean, because I think that I just think that there's something to be said for when somebody has passed, that the only thing that's left to the people that are living are memories. And of course, how they changed you by having known them. But that's not something that if I have
the picture itself isn't doing anything in particular.
The picture itself is not responsible. No. Zero.
Fourth question, you got 5. Respect, okay. Uncle Seth. Respect isn't earned. It is owed by you to others.
Say that again, because I need to
respect.
Parse this a little.
It's a thing. It's a respect. Like I respect.
Yeah, right.
You get it. Respect isn't earned. Like I don't have to earn your respect. It's owed by you, Seth, to others. You don't like walk up on someone and say, "Earn my respect, brother." You owe it to them already.
Well, okay.
3 is oh heck yeah. I'm
I have to ask more questions again. Sorry. I just can't, because I can't just give.
You got to do it. Good. You do it because you're using your new world attentive rationality.
Correct.
Logic. You want to know more. If more information will make you smarter.
That's right. That's correct. Exactly.
It's like Fauci. We need just more.
Because here's the thing. I try to teach 7th and 8th graders.
Good luck with that.
I would try to teach the 7th and 8th graders to answer 3 on that. But if you bring up,
you would.
The 3 is respect is owed to
others.
Owed to others. Yes, I would, because I believe if you start teaching people that people have to earn your respect, I think that changes the way that people. I don't know. This one I have to work out a little.
I feel it. This one is
because then I think
this is the sitar player.
Then I think of some old person, some 80-year-old woman, that's walking down the street, and so then it changes the equation. And then there's another thing that I have to know. Are you talking about how I feel for myself, or how I feel other people should be taught? And how it is for other people.
This is okay, good, but this is you. We're trying to figure out about you. And someone said that to you, and you say,
okay, I say, for me, because my ideal is that I try to do what I believe is the right thing, regardless of how people.
Can you hear this guy? Can you hear this guy right now? People out there, can you hear him? He's working. This is literally theology for him. I can tell you about what I believe.
I'm going to go. Ask me the question one more time, and then I'm
respect. Uncle Seth, respect isn't earned. It's owed by you to others.
See, I don't like the word owed. I'm sorry to do it again. I don't like owed.
Dude, I know you don't, but the question
that's a bad question. That's a bad question. Owed. What? I don't owe anybody.
It's owed. You owe it. Someone walks in the room, you respect
I don't owe them. But
that comes from the old idea that they have something beautiful in them. That comes from
No. Then if you change the question to you owe it.
I don't want to change the question. It's science. It already passed through MIT.
It's bad science because already
Massachusetts Institute of Technology said this is science.
Well, I need to talk to them because I owe it to myself to respect them.
You owe it to
yourself. I don't owe them shit. I owe it to myself.
You don't owe them.
I don't owe them. I owe it to myself because I have decided, who I am at 52 years old, I've decided that I am going to do what I think is right.
Okay. So
it's not the same. So I could either answer a 0 or a 3.
You just did this isn't even rational. They just became irrational. What? See, this is the problem with you science guys. You just do science the way you want to do it.
I'm going to bring it up with these people because You tell me what number I should give it. After I told you, I owe it. If someone walks in the room, I owe it to myself to give them respect.
This is why people do wear masks and
Go
don't
to
wear
Jesus.
masks.
No, what?
Just give it. Would you hurry up, these people? Could I turn
I'm sorry.
this
All right.
podcast off?
I'll go to. I'm going to a 1 then.
One. Okay. Probably not true. That's fair.
That's a bad question.
I gotta drink. All right, here we go. Uncle Seth, number 5. I like that though. I see where you're getting at.
It's a very important distinction because it can swing the scale 3 points, 4 points.
It's as simple as all it's doing is hearkening back to it's actually, by the way, kind of a Hindu concept of Atman. It's also like the Christian soul, which is when someone walks into a room, they're porting with them, they're carrying with them something divine. So I owe them respect.
See, if you're asking, if that were the question, then 0. Then 0.
Well, then you should, right. That's the question.
Okay, then I'm going to a 0 on that.
Go to 0.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 5. I can't wait to live with my parents in one big house when they get really old. We're all going to move in together.
Okay. I'll say.
You sounded pained by that one.
No, I know, because these questions are so limiting.
They're cleaving. They're cleaving away.
They are.
They're cutting away all the fat because it's.
Well, it's not even. If something that was cleaving would be sharp. These are dull and have dull edges to them. They have very
sharp.
dull. They have
right
dull
now, the
edges
listeners of WAWTAR are thinking, "This is sharp," and
I'm
are
getting
dull.
in touch with these guys because these questions are so ambiguous.
This is science.
Then
science.
I'm going to say
it's science.
I can only gauge what I think they're trying to get at here.
I can't wait to live with my parents in one big house when they get really old. That's it.
I'm going to do a 1.
1. That's it. Now we don't even have to talk about it. I mean, we don't have to talk about your total disdain for elders and we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about how you just really don't care about those who have gone ancestors. Jeez. I thought you were a nice Indian man.
I'm honestly going to tomorrow spend a good bit of time.
You're going to go over these?
Looking up who produced these types of questions.
This was invented in a lab. Okay, just you need to know that.
It's poor science.
Okay.
Now,
and let's do calculations, please.
As teachers, would you give this questions that were these types of questions?
Oh, I would totally. I would give these 5 times. I would give this every week. I would give this every Friday.
I'm saying, but I'm just saying as the level of these questions and the wording of these questions, would you give this as diagnostic to kids?
I would listen. This would be the SAT. Okay. That's what I would give. This would be how we know if you get into Harvard.
Level. I want 2+3 level.
No. You would give some question about Anne carrying apples, add it all up, and you'd all be happy, and it would be nonsense. These are the deep, profound questions that change human lives.
All right, what do I do with my? I add them up now.
Add it up. Okay, this is real news.
I have a 4.
WAWTAR, real
I got
news.
4.
What'd you get?
4.
4?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tell you what a 4 is.
What's the scale?
Here's what you're not.
Okay.
You're not a suburbanite. That's where you feel romantic about the old world, but hierarchy is a word you'd rather read about in a book and not have in your own life. You're not a suburban. You ready for this? You're a shining city dweller on the hill.
Oh, that's Reagan-esque right there.
Well, no, hold on. This means you have hope for the modern world because you trust science and you love Reddit. That's true. That's true. Dude, I didn't even know that. That's you. If people would do what scientists told them to do, then society would be a lot better off. This is accurate.
Yes, that is closer to me. Yes.
This is you. So, by the way, people would be better off, but so would scientists. You think Columbus was a jerk. I'm reading from the script right now. You think Columbus was a jerk, bam, but also you weirdly really appreciate the New World philosophies that he helped download into your very Columbian brain. He is you. That is the shining city dweller.
First, it's my indigenous people brain, first of all. So,
by the way, happy Indigenous People Day.
Thank you.
Okay. So this was pretty good. I like the way, in a classic New Worldian way, you wanted to rewrite the exam. I like that.
Have I proven the point by... Well, come on. I think that...
For a would-be Hindu, you are a very controlling white person. You're like Indian Karen.
Kieran, huh? Kieran.
Listen, we gotta go. This is ridiculous.
Oh, shoot.
Right, this is Uncle Seth, guys. Uncle Seth is full-on a member of WAWTAR. This is my dearest, most beloved friend, and I love you, man. But
here's one thing I gotta say to whoever is listening to this. I am really...
You keep saying that like no one is. Stop saying
That's projection, man. Listen, I just want to say that I hope I'm not as big of an a-hole as I may have come off.
You're not an a-hole.
I'm not an a-hole, but I think maybe I'm coming off like that. Like, against...
Right now, Uncle, I swear to you, right now, my 4 girls, Georgia included, Nico, Noni, they're all going, "You're the best, Uncle Seth. Don't worry, they're with you."
I love them. I'm
the retrograde. Don't worry, you're cool. Everyone wants to be you. Trust me.
Yeah. Listen, the election day is a big affair around my household. We have a map. Oh yeah, we have a map that we color in with the state colors. Yeah, as they turn, as they're announced. We make mozzarella sticks.
No way.
Oh yeah, there's snacks. We even go for some poppers this year.
Jalapeno?
Oh yeah, jalapeno, people. This is that kind of election.
Wait, Amber eats jalapeno. That seems unlikely to me.
No, the poppers are for me. They are down for the mozzarella sticks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you can imagine last year as I tucked in my 8-year-old and my 6-year-old after telling them, "You could do anything. A woman can be president now. The world is."
That's even. Also, white guys from golf courses can be presidents too.
Right. One of those things. I'll tell you in the morning how it turns out.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, Seth is terrified. This Tuesday is around the corner. This is the zany Uncle Seth election day. Seth, that was great. So does everyone hiss and boo when like the red state goes on the board?
Right.
Boo. Idaho. Boo.
I still have hope for these Mormons in Utah, though.
Oh, you do? You think they're going blue? You think they're going? Well,
no. No, I just, I know it's never going to happen, but I just feel like, to be honest, out of all of these people, they seem to be the least American religion, JC people.
That's interesting.
I
think from upstate New York.
Yeah, hey, that guy found those tablets, man. It comes to that.
Right now, every Mormon listening is like,
Hey,
"Oh
Smith.
Lord, that guy."
Joseph Smith.
Listen, man, we'll get you back here, okay?
I'd love to come back. People,
regular.
First things, though, and I wasn't doing a shameless plug. I really believe this. People who are working to make the world better at a personal level, that means a lot to me.
Thank you, man. It's fantastic. Really, though, we'll come back. And
thanks for having me.
See you soon. Okay?
Okay, later, man.
We'll talk, man. I'll come up and see you in Chicago. Well, that was interesting. Seth, to you, Shanice, Guggy Marjos, to your beautiful family, peace. This is us saying goodbye for the week. by saying to you, may you have the victory. Sheni Skagi Marjos, because there's a lot happening today, but pretty much every day in this crazy world of ours. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming along. WAWTAR is produced by Andrew Schwark and Daniel Paternos. And our pod is brought to you by the creators of First Things Foundation. That's our nonprofit. We live and work in some of the world's toughest, most forgotten, but coolest places in the world. We immerse there in order to create momentum for local change makers. Those are folks we call impresarios. We work on behalf of their vision of a better life. So share WAWTAR with friends. Really do that. Like, let's all pause for a minute. Yeah, do it right now. Share it. Because I don't know what you thought about Uncle Seth. But man, we're catching a little momentum ourselves to try to share our vision, share what we're doing. So let's all pause, click, share. And hit us up with solid reviews on iTunes and everywhere you get your podcasts. So, nakvam dis, hasta luego, kambufo. Oh, I forgot to ask Seth. How do you say goodbye in Chicagoan? Peace out. Have a great day. And whatever happens, just remember, little by little. Au revoir.